Servant leadership is flipping the classical idea that employees serve the leader. That might seem pretty obvious to you. So if we dive deeper, then what exactly is it? And why has it become such a popular leadership philosophy? My name is Christian, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zoios, a platform that helps leaders balance well-being and performance. Besides that, I speak at many tech conferences and have been part of Forbes' HR Council. And lastly, I've been a leader myself for nearly 10 years, and I'm still constantly learning to be a better one. In this video, you'll discover what servant leadership is, how it might impact your leadership, and 5 ways you can start practicing it today. The term servant leadership was coined by Robert Greenleaf in his 1970 essay, The Servant as a Leader. At its core, servant leadership flips the traditional leadership model on its head. So instead of leaders being at the top of the pyramid, servant leaders put their people first. That means focusing on the growth and the well-being of your team members, as well as focusing on the well-being of the collective as a whole. It's about empowering and uplifting others so that they can fully achieve their potential. You'll find the concepts echoed by experts like Ken Blanchard, John Maxwell, and Stephen Covey. And the whole idea sounds like a happy idea, but it might also sound a little hippie-like. So why should you care about servant leadership in the first place? Well, you should, because it leads to more engaged, more motivated, and higher performing teams. When people feel valued and supported, they are more likely to go the extra mile. There are countless studies proving that. We're working on several articles outlining the strong scientific proof the world has of this, so go read some of those if you're skeptical. But now just imagine working in an environment where your leader genuinely cares about your personal and professional development. It's not just about hitting targets, but about growing together, learning, and achieving more collectively. Let me be clear that there isn't much research or studies yet covering the specific concept of servant leadership. So we'll have to lean on anecdotal evidence from so many leaders and executives reporting the incredible results of practicing servant leadership and how it has helped turn around companies. So, servant leadership was likely very much like you anticipated, and nothing new or special by today's standards. However, practically it can be hard to interpret how to do it, so let's get practical. Here are 5 ways you can start practicing servant leadership today. The first way is to listen actively. Listening is one of the most critical skills for a servant leader. It's not just about hearing words, but understanding the underlying emotions and concerns that your team members might have. So take the time to listen to your team's ideas, their feedback, and their worries. This shows that you value their input and are willing to consider their perspective. A good tip here is to do regular one-on-ones. That's actually the most powerful, repeatable experiment that we have seen have great impact across many of our clients and across industries and markets. The second thing you can do is working on empathizing. Empathy is, among other things, about putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their feelings and experiences. As a servant leader, it's crucial to be empathetic towards your team members. This creates a supportive environment where people feel understood and appreciated. If you're curious about learning more about empathy, then we have a video outlining the 3 different types of empathy. So you can go see that if you want to learn about the nuances. The third thing of servant leadership, the practical approach, is focusing on well-being. So servant leaders recognize the importance of emotional and mental well-being. So be aware of your team's stress levels and offer support when needed, whether it's providing a listening ear, encouraging better life harmony, or offering resources for mental health. Your role is to help your team heal and thrive. Listening is one good example, but I'm also a big believer in data. So I would highly recommend that you use the intuitive and frequent measurements to not only feel or guess, but actually have data on how your team is doing. That's something Zoios is big on, and something I personally find great comfort in having on my team. It really helps me navigate my leadership and direct me into the right conversations with my team to have that. Moving to the fourth thing is building community. So fostering a sense of community within your team. This means promoting collaboration, trust, and mutual respect. So begin to encourage team building activities and more open communication. A strong sense of community makes people feel connected and committed to the team's success. All of this is partially to develop psychological safety, something we cover in depth in another video, which we'll link to here. The fifth and final thing you can do to become a better servant leader is to develop your team. So focus on the growth and the development of your team members. Provide opportunities for learning, mentorship, career advancements. So help them set and help them achieve their goals and celebrate their successes. When your team grows, so does the organization. So make sure your employees feel they are developing and that you are supporting that growth. There is a term called strategic employee development. And that is when both the company and the employee want and benefit from the development that employee is undergoing. But developing employees in ways that they can't utilize in their current position or at your current company is part of modern servant leadership. So helping them reach their goals, even if that goal might be a future at another company, that's within the realm of being a good modern servant leader. And by putting your team first, really listening, really empathizing, focusing on well-being, building community, and helping your team develop, you can create a supportive and very high-performing work environment. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I hope you've enjoyed the content and found it valuable. It would mean a lot to me and the team if you would help us by liking the video. We don't produce many videos, but instead focus on high-quality content. So if you want to see more videos like this one, then you can subscribe to our channel. We have other videos on the topic of empathy, psychological safety, and emotional intelligence, which you might be curious to see, so we'll link to those somewhere here. And if you're curious about having better data and a platform to help you lead your team, then check out our website. Have a wonderful day.